Yo, what is going on YouTube? Today we're going to be going over how to defeat the Dendro Hypostasis. It's really not that difficult, but if you don't understand it, it can be pretty complicated, be pretty frustrating. If you search this video and you've clicked on it, you're probably frustrated right now, you're probably struggling with it, and you probably don't understand it. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to show you the basics, kind of walk through it, show you when to attack, when not to attack, how to dodge, what to look for, and then you can just go on your way and start grinding it because there's a lot of characters, well 3, that need the materials from it, including Nahida, who is going to be rerunning, and I know you just want to build that character, so no need to fear. But then afterwards we will be going over some of the more in-depth breakdown of it, and also some little tips and tricks of what you can do against it to add a little bit of flexibility to your game. So first, let's talk about how to even get there, and that is you click on this waypoint, teleport here, and then honestly you just jump off a cliff. And I'm not even kidding, that's exactly what you do. You just run forward and just jump off the cliff, and then there's those little slingshot things, and then you take them right to it. So just run forward, jump down, and here we go. Now you are going to want, like I said, I'm going over for the first time going through it, is just the basics, the simplest and easiest way to do it. You are going to want at least one Dendro and at least one Electro. That is for the healing phase. Now remember, this is a hypostasis, so it's going to have moments or phases where it's going to be immortal and you can't do damage to it, and you just have to dodge the attacks. And then there's going to have vulnerability kind of phases, and that's when you do damage. And then it's going to have a healing phase. The healing phase is what you need the Dendro and the Electro for. Now there are tips and tricks to get around that where you don't necessarily need a Dendro or you don't necessarily need an Electro. But for the first time through, we're just going to go through very basics and the simplest way of defeating it. Okay, so that is always pretty much the first attack every single time. So what you're going to want to do is that it's like this little vine tornado thing that goes underground and then pops up and attacks you. Now you're going to be able to see where it comes up from the ground, on the ground. It's going to have little Dendro markings. What you want to do is just avoid them, because then when it pops up, you're not going to be there, it's not going to damage you, but run towards it. Because right after it attacks you, it's going to be vulnerable. And if you run backwards or run to the side and run away from it, sure, you're going to avoid the attack, but you're not going to be able to do damage to it. So look on the ground, you're going to see where it's going to be popping up, and then move forward. See, those markings, and now I'm right here and able to attack it. Now, I'm not going to attack it just yet because, you know, I ride in and she will just destroy this. Let's see a couple of attacks first. So this one's pretty simple. It's going to shoot Dendro at you. You're going to want to kind of run towards it, avoiding it. It's going to do it 3 times, and then it's vulnerable. So again, do damage to it. And now it should be jumping up. Yep, so now it's going to bounce 3 times. There's 1 time, now 2. Those are going to be smaller radiuses. This is a bigger radius now, so you want a running start to avoid it, and now it's vulnerable. Move a sword. And let's leave it 1 more, so we can see 1 more attack. Now this one is the tree. There are several ways to defeat this, but it is vulnerable, so you can just attack it straight up. Just like that. And now we have the healing phase. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, let's talk about this real quick. You're going to want to apply Dendro to all 3 of those roots that we're about to see. That's going to revive them. Now if you can keep applying Dendro to them, and that's going to then end the phase, but if you want to accelerate it and not have to apply as much Dendro, that's when you apply the Electro. So what you want to do is apply Dendro to all 3. You can use Kaveh, she's very good for this, and then if you have Lisa, if you're a new player, then just apply Electro to those revived roots. You'll see it changes, it looks different. So we're going to get Kaveh and apply Dendro to all 3, and if you can see, it says we're going to apply Electro. And look what happens when we do that. Keep in mind, it's going to keep shooting at you, and see how it keeps looking different. And now it's going to accelerate, and look, we defeated it. Nice and easy. It's that simple. But now there's other ways to kind of fight this thing. There's more flexibility. For example, some of those attacks, when we were just dodging it because it was immortal, you can actually end those. You can use Pyro and cancel some of those out. So for example, that tree, it has that Dendro barricade around it. Kujasara looks dope. I don't know why people hate on her. Look at that. She's so cool. But anyways, that Dendro barricade that kind of goes around you with that tree, you can use Pyro, like Amber, and take out all 4 quadrants, and then it's just laying there and it's vulnerable, and you can attack it again. But like I showed you already, it's vulnerable no matter what, so I would just straight up attack it. When it jumps up and bounces on you and has 3 bounces, if you hit it with pyro when it's on the ground, it will actually just break right open and you can just attack it. It's vulnerable. So those are 2 different ways where you can stop its attacks in its track and then force a vulnerable stage and then fight it there. Now for the healing stage, like I said, there's multiple ways to kind of deal with that. You actually don't need a Dendro. As you saw before, it shoots Dendro at you. So what you can do is go up to a root. I'm pretty sure this works. You can go up to a root, and then when it shoots Dendro at you, it's going to hit the root and kind of revive it. And then you can just use Electro to just speed it up. As you saw, it's very easy, very simple. Or you can just apply a bunch of Dendro to it. You don't need an Electro character, but as you saw, again, it's so simple where you really just need to shoot 2 of the roots with Dendro, and then I shot 2 of them with Kujisara with Electro, and it immediately ended the healing phase, and it was over, and it was quick and easy. It's very simple, so just don't overcomplicate things. That's why I just suggest just bring an Electro, bring a Dendro, and then just make it nice and easy. Really, it's going to come down to the damage, if you can just do enough damage and knock its health down fast enough, but it's a super easy boss. You shouldn't have any trouble with it. If you are a new player, don't be afraid to use a shielder or a healer. They're in the game for a reason. If you have trouble dodging the attacks, but I showed you all the attacks. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I missed any. So you can see they're pretty easy to avoid. They really are telegraphed. Hope this helped. Hope you guys have a great day. And good luck leveling whatever character you're on. But that is it, guys and girls. Peace.